it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Before we get started, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. It's like crazy. It was like one day I was like, hey guys, I'm a few away from 3,000 subscribers on my Instagram, and then the next thing I know we're at 3,100 subscribers, which is insane. Speaking about my Instagram, it's at allthatjessyt. I've been posting a bunch of like fun college-y things, and I love using the Instagram stories, so if you're interested you should check that out because I do tend to frequent my Instagram a little bit more as of the late, just because final season. But yeah, it is Christmas break, winter break for me now. I'm done with my semester, and so I'm super excited to be posting again. If you're interested, I would love it if you'd subscribe down below so you can keep up with all the fun new content. So if you've been here for a few months, you would know, back in July, I got Airpods. When I got them, I was super excited. I've been wanting them for a while. It was something I thought about for a long time before getting, but I filmed an unboxing reaction video, and y'all seem to really enjoy that. And one of the things I remembered I mentioned in that video is that if you wanted, I would do a review in a few months. Say, if y'all are interested, probably after I own them for a couple weeks, I will do an actual review. So the time has passed. I've had my AirPods. It's been a good time. I like them a lot. I'll just tell you right up front, I like them. There's pros and cons, and so I thought that I just wanted to sit down today and tell you all the good things I can tell you and all the bad things I can tell you. If I'm being completely honest, I have like more positives than negatives about this in my experience, so I was just gonna start with the positive things because overall, like, I like them. I would recommend them. The first thing I was really surprised about, and I think I mentioned this in my last video, they have good sound quality, which I like. I mean, I don't have like a ton of super fancy headphones, so like maybe if you already have fancy headphones you might not be impressed. For me, as someone who typically uses like the Apple headphones that come with the phone, I was like, hey, this is actually good, because I was afraid I was paying $100+ for something that was going to be the same but without cords. But for me, I thought the sound quality was really nice. When you're going to use your AirPods with your phone or your computer, they connect really quickly, which is something I appreciate because I mentioned, again, in the last video, I mentioned I had used a pair of Bluetooth headphones, so they had like a cord. They looked kind of jank. People would always be like, what are you wearing? But they took a while to connect a lot of times, and like the AirPods I find connect really easily. They, you put them in your ears, if they're connected, they make a little ding noise, and you're like, okay, cool, we're good to go. And the nice thing is, like, usually that means you are not going to start playing your music out loud in public, which is nice. I appreciate that. I know something a lot of people are kind of on the fence about or tend to complain about is having to charge their AirPods. I initially was a little annoyed by this as well, but what I have found is they charge super quickly, and so it doesn't really bother me at all. They come in this little container. I think it's so cute and tiny, but it's like a magnetic clasp and it holds them. And so while they're in this container charges, and then you have to charge this. You can charge this, like the charger case, with the AirPods in or out. I usually like to charge it with the AirPods in because I'm like, hey, why not charge them at the same time? It seems to me like they charge faster that way. I could be totally wrong. It just could be my imagination. But like, I will be about to leave and this will be at 50 or 60% because it lasts for a while, and I will plug this in, and like if it takes me 30 minutes to get ready, like they're almost always at like 95%. And I don't know, like I know some people have issues, but I keep a charger like this at my desk, and then I keep a long one at my bed, so it's like I charge my phone at the one by my bed and I charge my AirPods at my desk like when I'm not using them. I've never run into an issue. So for me, I was like, okay, cool. This is a little bit smaller of a thing, but like if we're being completely honest, I like the design. Like, I don't know, like I'm sure some people think it's weird to like have them in your ears, but like I like the case, I like the AirPods themselves. I think that they're cute. They're kind of weird looking, but like also kind of cool. I'm just gonna be honest, when I'm on campus, like on a college campus, a lot of kids have them, so it's not super weird to be walking around with these like little tiny headphones. So like, I don't think they're weird. I think it's actually pretty cute and I like it a lot, but I guess a lot of that kind of stuff, like style-wise, is kind of personal preference, but I think it's nice and sleek and clean. Something I was concerned about is the fact that I have kind of weirdly small ears. I don't know if I'm the only one, but like a lot of times, you know, like those headphones that aren't shaped like this, but that they have the like piece that like I can't describe, I'll insert a picture. But the other style of headphones, a lot of times I would try and put those in my ear and they like just wouldn't stay because my ear, I don't know. But these actually fit in my ear and they fit comfortably, and I would think it's probably that way for most people. Could be wrong, but in my experience, they fit my ear and they're nice, so that's a plus. when you're trying to decide whether or not to get them, I think it's important to think about how much you're going to use them. I have found like as a college student, it is so practical for me to have them because I use them for like online classes all the time. I use them for editing videos, for listening to music in public. Like if I'm sitting somewhere studying, I'll put in the like my Airpods and listen to stuff. And so for me, it has turned out to be so much more useful than I anticipated. But if you're like, I don't know, like my mom who like never wants to listen to music with headphones in, then like doesn't really make sense. We were talking about that. So I'd say when you're thinking about it, like are you going to use them? Because for me, I would say they are perfect for college if you like that. I also think they're like good for high school kids too, but they are like a little pricey, so I guess you kind of gotta weigh the pros and cons a little on that one. Ooh, I should have said this first because this is my literal favorite thing about AirPods is if you are listening to music and someone comes up to you and starts talking to you and you need to pause your music, you just pull one AirPod out. Just take one out, just like, you know, like the polite thing to do if someone comes up to you, you take out a headphone, you're like, okay, and it stops. I think that is so handy because it's like, I don't know about you, but I would always like fumble around to like, where's my phone? Gotta stop this, but like with the AirPods, it just stops and you're like, oh, and then when they're done, you're like, you've had your conversation, you put it back in and then it's like resumes playing and I'm like, let's go. I've sort of mentioned this earlier, but just for me, I found that it was worth it for me. And I think what you have to keep in mind when you're like shopping for this, whether it's for like Christmas or for someone else, for yourself with some Christmas cash, like whatever it may be, you just gotta decide, I think, how much use you're gonna get out of it. For me, I use them like every single day, multiple times a day, so I think that it has like paid off for me, but I know if you're like only gonna use them like once a week, like I don't know if I'd buy them. So now I'm gonna tell you a few of the things that I don't like about AirPods. I don't know if this is like TMI or like what, but like I feel like, okay, and this is also like Apple's kind of newer style of headphones, like the way that they have like the tiny part that the sound comes out of, in my experience, like sometimes a little bit of like earwax gets in there and
it's kind of gross.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, it's my ears, like I like, okay, I can't really control that, but like they're kind of difficult to clean and I just feel like I didn't have the same issue with my other headphones, and maybe it's because I like wear these all the time. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like they get kind of dirty and I'm like, I don't understand how I clean these because it's like such a small space, but like, you know, I don't want this like to be in the video because it's like gross, like for some reason acknowledging the fact that like, yes, I have earwax is like weird to talk about, but like, I don't know, like I'm a person, like we all have earwax, like, okay, we're gonna move on because this is just getting weird. If you couldn't already figure out from like just like thinking about purchasing AirPods, I think the biggest downside is just that they're expensive for a pair of headphones. I mean, like if you were buying a pair of Beats or something, like those are expensive too. But I guess maybe it's like the size of it that people feel like they're not getting their money's worth. I honestly don't have that many like negative things to say about them. I think I've acknowledged like, yes, you have to charge them. Yeah, they could get dirty. Some people say they think the case gets dirty. Mine doesn't. It might just because I keep them in my backpack all the time so they're like clean. I don't know. When you're wearing them, like people don't always know you're wearing headphones. So like in my experience, like my mom, when I'm at home sometimes like visiting, or if I'll be in my room, like sometimes my roommate will start talking to me and usually my like music isn't loud enough that I can't like hear anything, but like I know someone's talking to me so I'll pause it. But people don't know you're listening to music sometimes if your hair like, so I'll like have them in and my hair will be covering it and someone from the side or behind just like can't tell. And so that's a little bit of a negative because, you know, usually like people like see the cord and they'll be like, okay, don't talk to them, like they're working, they're listening to music, whatever. But like it is kind of weird because people just have no ideas. So that's just kind of an overview of what I have thought after having AirPods. I really like them. I don't know, I know they're not for everyone, but like if you were like, honestly, I feel like the average teenager who lives listening to music, I think they're pretty cool. You don't need them, you definitely don't need them. It's a want, not a need, but it's a fun want if you're interested in buying them. I hope this was helpful. I'm not like a tech expert, but I'm a regular consumer. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below what kind of headphones you use, because I know I tend to either use my AirPods. In the past, I like used to wear my Beats a lot, and now I don't as much because like AirPods. But yeah, I would be curious to hear what y'all use. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to see y'all back again, and I hope y'all have an amazing week. Bye!